So here we go. I'm back over here in this community where I was at like a week or two ago. I did stop back at one other time, and one of his neighbors here, one of his next door neighbors, another homeless individual, told me he wasn't here that day. But I'm coming back. Look like somebody's in there, their feet hanging out. My man named Jersey. I was about to say JR, Jersey. It look like he's in there. I see leg hanging out and all that good stuff. So let me try and make contact with my man, have a conversation with him, and see if he's all right. Let's see if he need anything. Again, you remember the conversation. You remember the gentleman named Jersey. You know, he goes by Jersey, his street name. I'm gonna go over there and approach, try to have another conversation with him. So here we go, baby. Here we go. So this is my man, Jersey. From the last time I was here, had a conversation with him. I came back. I always come back after I make contact for the very first time with the homeless community. When I make contact with someone and have a conversation or an interview with them, I always try to make a second round to come back and check up on them and see how they doing. So, my man, how you doing today?
I'm blessed by the best, never stressed, nor depressed.
It's good to see you, man.
Same
From the
here.
last time I saw you, brother.
Same here.
So, I want to just clarify it. I just want to understand, and again, my reason for doing this is because I'm passionate about you guys, man.
Right.
When I first touched down here in Las Vegas and I saw these type of conditions, man, it kind of broke my heart, and I'm serious about that. Some areas, man, make me almost want to cry, brother.
Right.
But, I just want to hear your story. So it's your time right now to vent in regards to what made you or what is it that caused you to be in this situation that you're in right now. Like, you're in this homeless situation and living in this condition. So can you share some of that?
Absolutely. Well, for one thing, I've got a long work history. I've worked the majority of my life. I'm almost 60 years old now. So after working so long and getting terminated, laid off, etc., whatever excuse they wanted to use to pull the rug from under me, I got sick and tired of starting over. And I said, you know what? I got to a certain point, I said, that's it. Especially when I got of age a little bit more, physical things started kicking in, the body, and I said, I'm not going to strain myself no more for corporations, because like it says in the scriptures, in Ecclesiastes in the Bible, our labor is all vanity. It profit us nothing. So I saw my labor being profiting. It wasn't profiting me nothing. So I said to myself, I made a decision, and it's not easy, but I made this decision that I was never going to give man that power to pull the rug from under me again. Now my rug belongs to God. He doesn't pull my rug from under me.
So let me ask you this. So how long you been homeless? How long has it been since you've been in this condition?
It has been off and on quite a number of years, but I would say I was homeless actually back in Jersey for a short stint, but I was still working. I was in my 20s now. But out here, since I've been homeless in Vegas for a long time, on and off, I would say this has to be, it started about, I'd say 2005.
2005. So right now we in 2023.
Yeah.
You've been homeless since 2005?
Off and on, but
Off
I
and
went back home to Jersey in 2010. In 2010 to 2016, 17, I came back here. I wasn't homeless in Jersey for a little stint. Then I came back here. My brother passed away. I was staying in his apartment. I had no income. He passed away. Month and a half, they threw me out. That's been since 2017. Been on the street ever since.
So let me ask you this. So you have family that you still stay in touch with?
No.
You don't stay in touch with any relatives in Jersey?
I have very little family. I have one brother back in South Carolina I don't really communicate with no more because of our difference. And nobody's more important than the Most High. So
Any
I'm
kids?
not arguing with him about, he said you don't have to be in this position. You can go to the labor court. I'm not doing that. I'm not listening to man no more. Not even family.
Gotcha.
Family does not come before the Most High.
Gotcha. So do you have any kids?
No.
No kids?
No.
Okay.
I'm a divorcee.
So what's your plans? I mean, do you have any intentions to ever get out of this situation or this condition? Do you ever want to go back to living kind of normal, or like, you know, having your own place? Or, I mean, what's next for you?
Well, to answer that question, I'm gonna answer that one straight as well. I'm not going back to what we call, per se, normality. If you look in the Old Testament, there were people in the tents in the desert. God was with them. There was no houses. People had houses. There was no electricity, none of that. These people were in the desert like we are now.
You know what? I
And
thought
God was
about
with
that.
them.
Not to cut you off. I
Go
thought
ahead.
about that. All this that I'm doing, right? When I ride around and I
Right.
get the chance and opportunity to speak with you guys, you know, I was thinking in my head, I was like, you know what? What they doing is actually really how it was from
Right.
the very beginning of time.
Right.
Because like the indigenous people, a lot of them, it goes way back. I will have to do my research,
Right.
like in regards to how far back they used to live like this,
That's right.
actually before all this modernization, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So like, what, back in the day, before there was electricity and all this modern way of living, they used to live, you know,
pretty much outdoors. Like we are now.
outdoors. You know, they used to make huts and they was very intelligent, man.
Right.
They was very intelligent into how they lived and how they survived, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I kind of see that, man, a little bit in regards to like what it is that you guys doing. But because we in this modern time, right, it's like it's so hard to go back to doing that when
Yeah.
you're so used to living
Right.
like, you know, having a place
Exactly.
that's
what
comfortable.
I want to touch on.
Right?
You know?
Like you can't, like, what do you do for entertainment? Like, you know what I mean? Like to stay in tune with news or to watch TV, like a nice, you know, show or movie, or kick back or take a nice shower, groom yourself, or fix yourself something to eat. I mean, how is that? Is that hard when you made that transition?
It's hard, but let me answer. I'm gonna answer all of those questions and all of those factors. The thing about being out here is one thing is you gotta utilize what's available to you. Meaning, I go to the casinos, I wash up, you know, I have a few friends, I can borrow their shower every now and then. It's hard, you know, but the thing about it is, it's like, again, I understand that we're in modern times, and nobody out here, I don't think, would ever want to be homeless, or have said as a child, when I grew up, I wanted to be homeless. Nobody's
Right.
ever said that, I don't believe. But the thing about it is, once I made the decision, me personally, I made the decision that if I were to try to transition back, I know the strings that's going to be attached to it, and I'm putting myself in the power of man to strip me again. And I don't want to give him that power no more, so I would rather do this than give him that power and let God have all the power over my life.
So-
and deal
so-
with the sacrifice.
So let me ask you this. What if, like, I mean, when you're living in this type of condition, don't you miss being with like a woman? You know what I'm saying, brother?
There'll
Don't
be
you?
women. That don't stop.
That don't stop
There's plenty
you.
of women out here.
I mean, I know,
But I'm selective.
But you know, I'm saying though, if you living in a homemade tent, right? You
Right.
know, you're homeless and you're on the street. Like, how do you? What type of women? Like, how do you meet a woman? Where do you go? Like, how do you? You know,
Let
how
me
to?
explain that one.
You know what I'm saying?
I have met plenty of women still at my age, and thank God that I'm somewhat doing. I'm attracted to them somewhat, so I thank God for that. I don't have a problem with that. And I meet a lot of women, and they don't care about my situation because of the fact that they see me and how I conduct myself, and they see I'm not homeless in the mind, that I'm not letting myself completely go like a lot of them do. You know, so I have a little different relationship with the world for that and women and everything else because I still do normal things. Now, I don't miss television and all of that. All this stuff is, to me, garbage.
But
Because
you
it's
have
the
cell
worldly
phone.
stuff. I don't care about the
Right.
worldly stuff.
You have a cell phone.
I got a cell phone. So anything I need to tap into, mainly the news, sport, I can tap into that. I like sports.
How do you pay your cell phone bill? You said,
I don't have a bill.
oh, it's a government
It's a
phone.
government phone.
Got you.
So I still can tune into whatever I want, pretty much. on my
So
phone.
I will say, you guys become very clever, and it becomes very interesting to me in regards to how you guys survival skills and mode kick in. I think like the last time I had a conversation with you, I was asking you, how do you stay warm in the winter time? Because you know out here in Vegas,
Right.
it gets pretty chilly during the winter seasons.
Just like most
So,
of the country. So
Yeah, and it was very interesting to me what you said,
Right.
you became like MacGyver, man. Like you said someone put you on to like hand sanitizer or
Right.
something,
Hand sanitizer.
and you put it in an ashtray or some type of glass container,
And you light it.
and you light it,
And it's like a fireplace.
and it keeps you warm.
Keeps you warm.
So I'm just gonna show again your homemade tent that you sleep in, right? You sleep in there. Now, do you have enough room to stretch? Like,
Absolutely.
you
I'm
have
gonna
more
sleep
than
in
enough
nothing
room.
I can't stretch it.
Huh?
I'm gonna sleep in nothing I can't stretch it.
Okay. So what do you do, like, for food? Like, where do you go when you're hungry? You go to the restaurant? Like, how do you get food?
We have what you call, these missions have a schedule. But the thing about this is, it's like they feed pretty often across that street over there, and these sidewalks, stuff like that. People come around on a schedule. So you got to know the schedule and get your butt over there and get it. There's no reason to be starving or hungry in Vegas with all this food going around. Then you have people that'll pull right up to my tent. Hey, need blankets, need food, need this, need that. And they'll pull right up here. So I'm not lacking for anything for that.
So you don't, I mean, the condition that you're in, so when you eat, do you have like your food inside?
Yeah.
You have your food?
I stock up.
You stock up in the inside?
Right.
Just checking out the tent again, man.
Right.
What do you do when it comes to using the restroom, man? What about when you got to do number 2 and number 1, my friend?
Again, when I can make it to the casinos, I go. If I can't make it to
You're
the
a
casino,
long ways from the casino right now, brother.
yeah, if I can't make it, then I'll go on that wall, wherever, depending on where I'm at. If I'm in that direction, there's a wall way back there off the street. I go off the street somewhere where I can't be seen by the public. That's
Okay.
what we do. And I keep wipes and all of that stuff.
I was
keep
gonna
myself
say,
clean.
man, how do you wipe, brother? How do you
smell.
wipe? It's very interesting, man. Well, look, I do care about you, man. You know what I mean? I love people. I'm a people's person, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I do this because I really like what I do, and I like to try and get to know the people in the homeless community, man. Because you guys still human beings, man. And everybody got a story, and everybody's situation is different. Whether if you decide to not want to be on the grit again, as you know, you guys call it, but just to better understand the situation is for me, you know. So anything else you want to say before I go? It's also a pleasure to see you again, my brother.
Same here.
I had the opportunity to talk to 2 other homeless individuals, right? At 3 actually, at 3 different times, and in 3 different locations. And I said a lot of very inspiring words to them. And I normally leave my email with them just so they could have a way to communicate with me to let me know how they're doing.
Right.
I try to make rounds like the next week to go back and check on them. And so far I had 3 already that was nowhere in sight. And that particular spot where they was camping in out at was totally cleaned up. So it made me feel good in my heart because I felt like my words inspired them to get out of the condition that they was in. My job is to help.
Excuse me, they
Go
might
ahead.
have got ran off by the police, which happens sometimes.
It's possible, and I thought about that. But then when I went back, there was other homeless individuals still in that area.
Okay.
You know, and they was gone.
Right.
And then I think there was one individual I left my email with that emailed me, and we had a brief conversation. But sometimes what I'm saying is sometimes it takes people like myself that care to come out and do this just to show the individual that there's someone out here that still care. And all it takes is just a little care from someone to make a person want to be like, you know what? To give them that push to make the first step. You know?
Okay.
So, you know, whether if it's something you want to do at some point, you know, get out of this situation. Hey, man, I still care about you, and from time to time, I'm still going to come around and check up on you, brother, and see if you need things. We're about to get back into the summer, spring right around the corner. So when it start getting hot, I'm going to come through and check and see if you need water and stuff like that, man. But you know what, man? It's a pleasure, you know, and I think that's all I have, man.
Let me say this before you wrap it up.
Go ahead, brother.
There is some more that I did want to say. And what I want to say is that, again, I made the decision, and I'm pretty much going to stick with it because of the fact that I've had people say, hey, you know, when I was in jail, and guys say, hey, man, give me a call. You come watch my condo, baby. But again, it belongs to someone else. And when it belongs to someone else, you're responsible and then you're kind of in a catch-22 because they can throw you out when you get ready. I don't, again, want to put myself in any position where I'm tossed on the street, I get comfortable, and then out I go. Because that's pretty much how my life has been when I have tried this and done this.
So let me ask you.
I'm to the age where I'm tired of doing that. I'm more out there doing that. So I don't want to do that anymore.
So let me ask you this, and you know, not saying it's you, but I'm just asking in general. Could it be something to do with like, cause I agree with you, man. Like me, hey, listen, man, I don't know if this is the correct word I should use with saying like, I commend you far as like having the mental state of mind to live this way, because I couldn't do it, brother.
Right.
I couldn't do it. I could do a lot of things, but I couldn't do it, man.
When you get up for an age, you might change. You
nah, man, I can't.
I couldn't do it when I was younger.
I can't do it, bro. Like it's a different type of mindset. Right. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm saying is, I kind of get where you coming from in regards to how you're speaking, because I ain't gonna lie, man, there's some times when I want to be like, you know what, screw this, because just life itself is a job. Paying bills, getting up to work, whether if you're working for yourself or somebody else, the responsibility, I get it. Man, but that's a part of life, and I just can't do it, man. I can't see myself, you know, being homeless or making the decision, you know, because of the responsibility to live like that. Right. But hey, man, I'm still gonna try my best to encourage you and support you, man. You know,
nobody wants to do this or live.
I know.
You know, and there's a lot of people say, man, I couldn't. How do you do this? I couldn't do it. No, but I'll put it to you like this: I'm human like anybody else.
You are.
But what happened to me is so much experience and so many different situations, time after time after time after. You get sick and tired and sick and sick and tired and tired and sick, you know, of the same old thing. So I'm like, I can't deal with that no more. I'm up in age now. I'm a little older, and my mindset, and my spirit just won't deal with it no more. So rather than have this fiddle battle, the seesaw lifestyle that I used to have, back and forth, lose everything, get thrown out on the street, start all over again, pick up, start over again, lose everything. I'm tired of that because the materials mean nothing. And that's all I was working for. But yeah, a little convenience or whatever. But now I made a decision. And I've got too deep in this to turn around now. Because I know if I go back out into that world, what's going to happen? Them same demons want to control me, want to put me in fear of losing something. I have no fear of losing anything now. Now I can stand as a warrior by the way I live and speak my mind to the police or whoever in freedom and in peace of mind and peace of spirit. That's more important to me, my peace of mind. I don't have a peace of mind when I work for somebody. Plus, I'm going to have an attitude. Supervisor says,
I get it. I get it. I've been through all that too, man. That's why everything I'm doing now, man, is, you know, I'm on this entrepreneur thing, and I'm just working for myself. You have a lot more freedom when you work for yourself. You know, there's still some other things come with it, but I like it, you know, because I don't have that pressure. You know, I have worked these 9 to 5s and not trying to knock them. You know, to each his own. You gotta do what you gotta do. But the 9 to 5s ain't for me, man. For me. You know, because so with how you explaining it, I get it, man. I experienced all that too, and I got tired of dealing with 9 to 5, so now I'm doing my own thing, man. So I get it, you know. But again, man, I'm gonna come from time to time and check up on you, brother. And you know what, man? You know, just be safe out here. You don't ever worry about rats or anything? You never seen any of that around here?
Not around. I mean, keep your area clean. You don't have food and trash around here, which is one thing to get the police coming. And another thing, once all of these tents start popping over here, I've been over here for a couple years and never had a problem. Then once tents start popping up, then the trash and the rats and the bugs and whatever, then that brings the police. I'm
gonna show the lot right here where you next to, right here. All these other tents over here in the lot. And I didn't, the last time I didn't see all these tents here.
A lot more since you came. A lot more since you did that interview. And then they'll disappear.
The last time I didn't see all these tents here.
And let me tell you this, we got the shop. Wall.
What's this? See what's on the wall?
Right there. Set just behind me. No trespass. All right, now I probably the only one had the guts to put a tent right under the sign because first of all, let me explain something. I'm not trespassing. If I go on the other side of that wall, the trespass does not mean for the sidewalk. The sidewalk is public. It can't be public and private at the same time. Okay, but see, they hornswoggle a lot of homeless people because they don't know the law. And I tell them I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I study the law.
That's very interesting, man. You're a very intelligent guy, man. Why you didn't decide to like try and like, you know, create your own business? Because I'm totally aware of the laws also and very educated on that.
Right.
And I see the sign right there that say no trespassing.
Right.
You know, and they got the statute, the state statute, right there, the number
And
for
it
the
can't be
revised
for the
revised statute. But
Which
you're
is
right.
public.
You're right. So in the parking lot. So here's the thing, let's get into it. So in the parking lot here that I just showed the other tents in, it says on this brick wall, no trespassing, and it has the revised statute number and stuff, right? So here's the thing, see, there's a lot of gray areas with laws, right? Based on what you just said. So yes, you here on the sidewalk. This is a public sidewalk, which is paid for by taxpayers' money, right?
That's right.
So you can't be trespassed off of a public sidewalk. However, this lot here might be privately owned, right? So that's the only way they would be able to trespass you if this lot here is privately owned. I don't know that, but I can easily look that up.
Yes, it is.
But if this lot is privately owned, then yes, that would be trespassing. So you're a very intelligent guy, man, based on having a conversation with you and the type of things that you are speaking on. You know, that's why I'm saying, like,
that's why I can do this. That's why it's not to cut you off, but that's why I can do this. Because again, you got to know the laws, you got to know what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with, where you are in your surroundings, what's legal, what's not legal, because you cannot allow the system of man and the law to just dictate everything, because even Google says trespass, I would have to be, first of all, I'm not obstructing the sidewalk. So wheelchairs can get past, pedestrians can get past, I'm not obstructing. Secondly, I'm not trespassing because I'm on a public sidewalk. Trespass, I'd have to be on the other side of the wall. That's where the trespassing is posted for. It ain't posted for the sidewalk. So when they come with that bull about a trespass, and I let them know it's bull, straight up, it's not trespass. The sidewalk, that's a private lot, that's privately owned, that's trespass.
Yeah.
That's considered trespass.
I'm just showing the sidewalk and everything.
Right. That's privately owned. But this is a public sidewalk. Now,
just showing the area.
They try to say also, let me add this to what they try to say on a public sidewalk.
So you have had contact with the police here?
Yes, dude, yeah, absolutely. And they say, well, you can't sit or you lie or you can't camp out here. All right, well, I'll tell you what, if that's the case, then it's supposed to be a sign posted saying no sitting, no lying, no camping.
That's true.
There's no sign here.
That's true.
Okay, no sign. So it ain't that serious. And
So they good with the tactics, and they good with like trying to justify the things they will say to you if you're uneducated on your rights and your laws. But I'm gonna say, man, you seem to be a very intelligent, you know, individual, man. So, I mean, why you just didn't want to like create your own business or something, man?
Because
that
again,
way you'd have been your own boss.
Even with that, there's still some obligations and there's still some restrictions. And again, even with that, there's always going to be still someone I'm going to deal with as far as even my own business to get my money, my finances, whatever I need. And I don't want to deal with the world no more. I'm just done with it. I don't want to deal with the world.
Gotcha.
Done with it. Because it affects my peace of mind. And I can't let anything, because then I'm going to be in the same position just like workers of mine. I'm going to be concerned about, oh man, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose my income. I'm going to lose my place. I don't have that fear no more. And I have burden. The burden have just been lifted off of me because I don't have that fear no more.
Gotcha.
I don't have to worry about that. I'm already in the street. I can't go no further.
Gotcha.
And I got a peace of mind. My peace of mind is more important than anything else. And this helped me keep my peace of mind, believe it or not.
Well, I'm glad you had the opportunity to vent it out with me, brother. And I appreciate your time. Very grateful. And again, I'm going to come through from time to time, check on you and see if you're here or need anything, my friend. So, you know, it's a pleasure, man. And take care of yourself. And I'm about to be out. This is Akeem with my man here, Jersey.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Jersey. Appreciate you as well, my brother.
All right.
And I'm just getting a little bit of your this area. That's all. So you might even take a piss back here. You got all these pigeons, all this debris. All right, brother. I'm about to get out, man.
All right, love you, man.
All right, same here, brother. I really mean that. All right.
For sure.
All right. And
Know where to find me.
so, hey, you said real quick, you just ate.
Yeah.
All right. So you need a few dollars for something.
Absolutely.
Now I just wanna ask you, brother, what you do with it. That's your thing.
Right.
I don't know if I asked you this. You don't, and I'm just asking with all due respect.
Yeah.
You don't have any alcohol or drug problem, do you?
Yeah. If you look at me, I don't even drink alcohol. I smoke
That's
cigarettes.
good, brother.
I got
Just cigarettes?
That's it.
No drug issues. None of that.
My mind cannot stay clear and function being obstructed by anything that blurs it.
That's good, man. I appreciate that. But you know what? I want you, like, you get yourself something to eat later on or something, man. You know, there's enough to get yourself something, brother.
Absolutely.
Get yourself something to eat.
That'll be
all right?
for later.
You have it for later. Get you some snacks, something to eat, something like that.
It helps keep my hygiene and any other thing like bus passes.
Bus
that's the
passes
kind
is
of
something
stuff I
you
use
need.
with the cats,
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of stuff I need. Hygiene, if they don't bring none around, my razors, different things that you got to pay cash for.
Yeah. All right, I got you.
But other than that, money, I don't need it.
Got you.
Don't need it.
You still go on the strip or downtown and do your street performance?
Yeah, I go downtown Fremont Street. Get a chance, come down there and see me. I do the OG swing. I hypnotize my mesmer.
You on Fremont Street?
Fremont Street.
What part?
I'm usually right there by the Main Street stage, Spandex Nation, 11 o'clock, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Where you talking about the stage where like they be having like
Metal band.
a lot of the bands?
Heavy metal band.
All right. What else before I go? Again, I appreciate you, and also the reason why I may be willing to give you a few dollars if I have it on me is because also that's my way of saying thank you for your time, because you didn't have to have a conversation with me, so I do appreciate that. And I've been pretty successful with getting interviews and conversations with a few homeless individuals. Like the gentleman down here a week ago, his name was Alex, did the same thing. So it's just my way of saying thanks, brother, for your time.
And I'm
All right?
always wide open to interview because this is what I love about being homeless. I can express myself freely, and I don't have to worry about being on Facebook and posting something and losing my job behind it. I ain't got that fear.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about none of that.
Everything you're saying is true, man.
And I love
don't
living
disagree.
like that. Just because of the freedom I have spiritually and independently, I can stand my own and say what I want to say, and I don't lose anything.
It's kind of like, real quick, it's kind of like, how do they say that? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. It's kind of like when, certain choices come with certain, how do I say it? Certain sacrifice. I can't even speak. Sacrifices.
Absolutely.
I don't know why
I made this sacrifice long time ago.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
you
I
can
made that decision.
Right, you can choose to say, you know what, I still want to live normally, be comfortable, and go to a nice, comfortable, warm house and this and that. But then when you choose the route that you've chosen, there's sacrifices, then you lose a lot of that comfort.
Right.
But you have your freedom and peace of mind.
Absolutely. That's most important to me at this age, going on 60 in April. I made that decision. I love my peace of mind. I'm not going to trade that and give that back to the world. It doesn't belong to the world. The Most High gave me joy, peace, and love from above. Not the world to take, but they didn't give it to me.
Well, hey, brother, you have yourself a good day, man.
Thank you again.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. All right?
God bless.
All right.